a call
Sorry.
today and jump on, because we want to give you guys some value each week, even if it's not the same day. We obviously try to do Friday, but if it doesn't work out, then we will just make it happen. And today we're going to talk about decision making. And even not making a decision is a decision. It's a choice, right? Everything in our life is basically from choices that we've made. Who we're with, who we're not with, where we live, what we wear, like everything is a choice. And some decisions, I guess, in your life, you can look back and go, holy shit, imagine if I didn't do that, or if that happened. So me and Dom were just talking before about this, and how when you really think about it and you look back at your life and you look at decisions that you have made or not made and how that's really affected your life, it is a really powerful topic, right? It's really powerful to really think about. When I think about decisions in my life, I think because obviously at the moment doing a lot of reflection, being with Clay for 10 years, just before me and Clay actually met, I was with somebody else, and I was looking at moving to Sydney, and literally I got the they said, oh, no, you're not going to Sydney, like you're posted here in Cairns. And at the time it felt like, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? Like, this is like, it felt really uncomfortable and wrong. But I mean, if that did actually go through, me and Clay wouldn't have met, because the next week he got posted on the same boat I was on. So like, even something like little like that you don't even know is going to impact your life. Sometimes you just have to trust when things don't go your way. And, prime example in business, like my very first business, network marketing, that was something I thought I would be doing now, like for life. I thought that was it, right? I'd given my 6 years in there, I had a massive team, everything was going well on paper, I suppose. And then I just got to a point where I was looking into my life and going, like, can I do this long term? Like, am I really going to be happy? And I wasn't. And I had to make a choice to either stay and be comfortable, even though I had, regular money coming in. I had a big team. There could have been a lot of stuff going on. But instead, I chose to listen to my intuition and make a decision to be open-minded to something else. I didn't know what else was out there, because that was the only business I had done at the time. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be where I am today. So that was a huge decision. And again, the way the universe works and how things happen, at the time, that was soul crushing. It was a really tough time for me, thinking like I had failed and like all this sort of stuff. And I really took some time out from business and being online. But now looking back at all the lessons and everything and the growth, even just being in that business as a startup business, like in network marketing, especially in that industry, you learn so much, the personal growth that you have in that. And you can probably relate to that coming from that space. But like, you just got to be really aware that sometimes when things feel really bad and you don't know how or why they're happening, that there's a bigger reason, there's a bigger purpose, and really like trust and surrender. That's something I've really had to work on myself. But Dom, do you want to share anything on that?
Powerful stuff there, Jess. When you asked me what should we talk about today, and I was talking about decision making, it is such a powerful topic. It's a very loaded topic, but I think it's just really important that as you progress in life is to begin to understand and reflect on the decisions, one, that you have made prior to your life that have ended up to where you are now, because it's really important to accept and acknowledge that you may not be happy or fully content or fully fulfilled in your life right now, but you cannot change it until you allow yourself to accept that the reasons as to where you are right now is because of the decisions you've made, subconsciously or consciously. So you do need to spend a bit of time digging within yourself and reflect and understand what are the decisions that I have made in my life that have aided me into some good things, but also see what are the bad ones that may not have been the right decisions, and they may not have put me in the right direction, but I've learned lessons from them, because in every negative there's always a positive. So yes, we need to also look at the negatives, the bad decisions, but to be able to interpret them in a different way, to learn from the lessons that have taught us, to then continue on so we don't make those same mistakes moving forward. So, you know, what you said there, you know, with Clay, things like that, that's really, really cool, because the same sort of thing happened in my life as well, because I just started seeing someone, and you know, the how it came about was ridiculous. Like, we just should have never happened. But if the decisions that I didn't make and that they didn't make, you would have never put us into alignment, and now it has. And I'm just thinking like, wow, that's like a greater force at will that have allowed me to be there. But it was very interesting, because the particular event that we met at, I've never been at, and I never would normally go to. It's against, like, I don't usually like going to those kind of things. And I'm like, you know what? But I had to drop, because a little bit of an ego, and I had to be like, but my mates are going, so let's go. I'll be there. You know, it's selfish of me to not go there for them and things like that. And then now from that, this has happened. I'm like, that's crazy. So I sort of surrendered myself a little bit, made a decision that was not necessarily, you know, in line with my complete values, but I know that it was still going to be a positive outcome, because it was a way for me to get closer to some of my friends. And then from that, I'm like, holy crap, now this has happened, and you can't get much better than that. So that's one decision. And also the decision of us, a bit like yours, Jess, way back when we first got started in network marketing, you know, with a company that, look, I'll be honest, I'm 100% glad I'm no longer in it, but it still taught me so much. And I'm so glad that I made the decision to do it, because I learned, and it gave me access to so much new potential, so many new resources, so many new connections, so many new abilities that I now use every single day for whatever life that I'm in and whatever business that I'm in and using for. So, you know, that's why I think it's very important to just have this time to reflect on the things that you've done and the decisions you've made. But the biggest one, I think now, and I'm very conscious of them moving forward, and I wasn't when, you know, back in the day, and that's what personal development does. It helps you see your subconscious thoughts, but it's the decisions you don't make and the subconscious decisions you don't make that really will be the pivoting point on whether you are living a life in true fulfillment that you enjoy, or one that you don't, and you're just going by, you know, living day by day. So, and what I like to do with a lot of people, with a lot of my clients and my students and stuff, is to work on, you can actually work the decision-making muscle. And a lot of people think like, well, you know, how is that possible? But it's just little things like, for example, if the rubbish was full and the bin, you know, you go to put the rubbish in the bin, and instead of just taking it out straight away and you wait till the morning, or the dishes, like there's some dishes in the sink, like instead of just doing them then and there and starting to clean them there, or leaving them till the morning, it's like, this is how you can start to train your decision making muscle to act in terms of forms of action. That's an actionable step to create that momentum to help you moving forward. Similar, like something like might be, you know, if you want to start an online business and you wanted to, you know, create something online. Well, let's just do something now instantly that's a decision, not subconsciously. Let's create an Instagram account.
I feel like some people, they really hold themselves back because they want to have all the answers before they take the leap.
Yes.
And that's the thing, you've got to take the leap first. Like, you have to. And I think the more, like you said, like that muscle, like I know even for me, when I, you know, say you've never been an online business before, you've always worked for someone, that transition of working for yourself, there's a lot of growth there. Like, you need to be able to be disciplined to get things done because you're at home, right? So when you're normally used to having like structure, you need to sort of have structure in your own life and your own business. And this is a whole nother topic on its own. But like you said, like even making your bed in the morning and just like, you know, getting dressed as if you are going out, even if you are at home, and things like that, they can really train your mind and your body. And it's the same with changing your environment, like movement. Like if you're feeling like stagnant in your energy, or you're just not feeling great, as soon as you start moving your body, even going for a walk outside, you instantly feel better, right? You instantly feel happier, you know, because you'll be able to move that energy. So and I think too, one of the things I've looked back on making decisions is, as soon as you make one, there'll be more that will come up. So as soon as you sort of allow yourself and you actually take action and you actually take that step and you just go, okay, cool, this is what I'm feeling, this feels really good, I'm going to go into it even though you don't have all the answers, etc., then all of a sudden other opportunities are going to come up in your life. And the more you say yes, and that's why I like the yes man and all those sort of things, having a yes day, I've seen parents do this as well, it's just a really awesome way to start to really look at your life and just be like open to what's next. And not even if you don't even understand it, like you said, like meeting your partner now. At the time, you were like not even going to go to that event. And now you'd be like, oh my God, imagine if I didn't go to that event. And it's that it's that higher power. Like sometimes it doesn't make sense at the time, and even if it's not your end game, like it's like following those breadcrumbs. It's not going to be like that big thing straight away. Some people do have that, but just being open-minded and understanding that, everything that you are directed to, every little decision that you're making, you're going to learn something from it. It's going to grow you into the person that you are today. So even if it doesn't get you the thing that you think it's going to get you, which most of the time it doesn't, it will surprise you. It'll be either better or it will be something that you completely didn't know that you needed. That makes us who we are, right? So if we didn't have that, then we'd be completely different people. Like you need the ebbs and flows of life, like to really appreciate the good. You've got to have had some suffering and some harder times. If it was all good all the time, we wouldn't know what good was. And it's like that evil and good. I think like we all have the choice to be a good person or a bad person. We all have the choice to do things out of service, or we could be greedy and, like that. So again, it's a decision. Every single day you make the decision to live your life, but also the way you show up in the world and to your clients or in your job or in your business. Like everything you do matters in a sense.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Well, that's probably getting towards the back end of our call because we could have kept going that for an hour. Easy.
Oh man, it's a big topic. It really is. And it really makes you start to look back at your life and go, wow, like if that didn't happen and that didn't happen, then I wouldn't know these people. And even us, like we weren't in the same team at all. Like it was just like at an event that we met and we just connected and obviously stayed in touch. And even through not that business, but just like on Facebook and stuff, as like energetically have always been connected in a way. And now we work together, which is so cool.
That is cool, actually. That is cool. So that's probably a big thing as well. Like that's another subconscious decision. Like we chose subconsciously to stay within each other's alignment and with each other's energy based on, powers that be. But then from that has then drawn us closer together, which has been another subconscious decision to then we're now consciously making the decision to work together now moving forward. So really important to be aware of these things and see what you're drawn to, see what you gravitate towards and make the decision not to be afraid of it and seek it more, because when you seek more of what it is that you want, you will attract more of it as what you want and those around you will be able to support you. But I want to leave with this is like, today, work on your decision-making muscle, flex that bad boy. And if there's something that you've been putting off for a while, that is something that's important to you, that's going to help move you towards where you need to move towards, I want you to do it today. As soon as you see this, stop the video. Once you finish, jump on, go and do whatever it is you need to do. Whether it's go for a run, go for a run. If you need to go do some meal prepping for the week because you want to make sure because you started a new diet, whatever, do it. Whatever it is, make sure you go out and get it done instantly right now because that's going to help you get that momentum towards what you want to do. All right. So thank you guys. I love you all. See you in the next one.